Okay, this video is brought to you by Bud Light Orange and Chevy trucks. This video is a little bit different than most of the videos I've been posting. The reason being is because this is what you need to know if you're considering doing a 4.3 swap in an older truck. This is my truck. My starter's getting a little noisy, so don't mind that. But this is my 81 one-ton single wheel with a 4.3 swap, four-wheel drive. I have a big yard that I plow, and I drive this truck about 300 to 400 miles a week. I did the swap because I wanted a six-cylinder truck, basically a six-cylinder heavy-duty 3/4 ton or 1-ton truck. I wanted something that would get respectable mileage enough that I could inexpensively travel back and forth to work, into town with it, and still be able to carry a plow. Now, the difference here, where I'm going with on what you need to know, is that doing this swap is not for the faint of heart. It's kind of a labor of love, at least in a square body 4-wheel drive. I don't know about with 2-wheel drives. They do not make reproduction parts as far as motor mount brackets, exhaust manifolds, radiator fan shroud. All of that stuff I had to cannibalize from another truck. I mean, luckily for me, I was able to find a truck that was rough. It wasn't worth fixing. So, you know, that truck wasn't worth fixing. So I had a perfect viable donor. Not everybody everywhere has that luck. Just coming out to check out my snowbanks. I got the yard nice and clean. Yeah, like I said, I've got a big yard that I plow. So fit can be an issue. I find that the if you're running the manual transmission with the what is it? If you're running a manual transmission with the either the mechanical setup or the hydraulic slave on the driver's side, exhaust clearance can be a problem. And the GMT 400 manifolds don't really accommodate that clutch linkage. Also, the fan shroud, obviously you need the longer shroud for the V6, which is no longer available. So that's another thing to consider. If you're doing it in a 2-wheel drive with an automatic or a newer 5-speed, there probably wouldn't be an issue at all. Like I said, my motor mount brackets had to come from another truck. I had to take a whole truck to get those parts to make the swap work. Over here at my Impala, just checking out. Oh yeah, I get the yard cleaned up good. So, like I said, that's all stuff that needs to be considered. I'm not trying to deter anybody at all. I love mine. At the same time, I don't want people to think that I'm saying, yeah, this is the swap, you know. I got in an argument with somebody on a group one night, you know, and it's like, I'm not saying it's the best swap. I'm not saying it's a swap for anybody. It's definitely not got much support from the aftermarket world, other than in Jeeps and stuff. I'm just saying, for me, it was the perfect swap. I can't go to my local dealership and buy a 2500 HD or a 3500 that's going to get 20 miles a gallon. And at the same time, I can't go buy a modern half-ton 6-cylinder pickup. And one, I can't get it with manual transmission. Two, I can't get one and put a heavy-duty plow on it. You know what I mean? So, that's that. This, I might have a continuation of this video showing some of the facts. But all you got to do is call your local parts stores. Look right up online. You know, as I said, Dorman does not make replacement exhaust manifolds for the 85 to 87 pickups with the 4.3s. They don't make a fan shroud. They're discontinued from GM. As I said, those are things to consider. In my 4-wheel drive, I needed brackets. Like I said, I had to cannibalize a whole truck to get them. And again, I didn't mind doing it because I had a truck that had a bad frame. The bed was bad. The truck just, you know, it was basically everything that was wrong with that truck was right with mine, and everything that was wrong with mine was right with that one. And I got a heavy truck that I can push my heavy plow with and still go down the road and get 20 miles a gallon with it. And I got my new Travel Star. I got my new Travel Star all-terrains on it. Really liking these tires, the EcoPath AT. So, anyway, 73s.